In 2018, God of War is no longer about rage, fury, or how badly a broken man can inflict carnage on his enemies. This iteration of Kratos is about a man who is brought low, who is vulnerable and small because he has something to lose. The journey I had with Kratos and his son Atreus in God of War was an epic worthy of the Norse mythology it borrows from. But for the first time ever in this franchise, we got to experience a Kratos that was embarrassed and wrong in the eyes of the most important person in the world to him, his son. It's a slow burn of humanity that culminated in a bursting of truth. This is the art that interrogates what life is about. It's truly difficult to put into words what an exemplary experience Santa Monica Studios created. It's not perfect, but attempts to elevate the medium to something so much more. In this tale, we follow Kratos as he travels to the region of Midgard, set in a Norse mythology Scandinavian backdrop. The story begins with a funeral service for a female warrior Faye, and Kratos then pushed into the uncomfortable role as father. From there, Kratos and Atreus, his son, travel through the realms, dance with gods, meet some big snakes, and do a lot of video gamey things like saving dragons, cutting open the faces of gods. There's a huge open world mechanic that is unexpected but incredibly addictive. Exploring every nook and cranny for loot and lore was somewhat of a byproduct in the previous God of War games. Here, it's a primary focus. But what also happens during this 30-hour journey, you teach, and surprisingly, you learn. Atreus is always present, starting from a scared boy who can barely fire a bow to a fearless warrior who provides a vital role in your travels. It's a simple concept, but having your son always there, commenting on your actions, learning from your choices, creates a narrative experience that interrogates Kratos' violent tendencies and allows sadness from a god. Kratos' terse responses to his eager child show the pain he has within, and the God of War really does an incredible job at allowing that catharsis to grow with each simple act. The core system is so fundamental to the experience that simple things, like embarking on a side quest, slowly become fatherly lessons. A chance for Kratos' Darwinist teaching to mold the mind of his son, so much so that the characters even make comments of it.
I guess we should keep an eye out for other spirits.
What did I say about distractions?
But it sounds like they needed help.
They are spirits, boy. Dead things. They have no needs, only wants.
It feels wrong to ignore them.
We will get over these feelings.
Mom would have wanted to help them.
What was that, boy?
Nothing.
The most compelling moments in God of War are when we get to see that relationship change, when we get to see the terror in Kratos' face when he believes that relationship is threatened, or when he might be failing as a father. It's very difficult to contextualize how pervasive this system is. It's always there and becomes a prime motivator in this journey between father and son. This is complemented, and I would even say threatened, by a robust RPG-like coda of systems. Hundreds of collectibles. There's gear ranging from the traditional red, blue, purple, customizability of everything you have on Kratos, the runes within that gear, and even the ability to power up those runes. It's staggering at times, puzzles at every turn that are challenging but not impossible, all interwoven within that meta-narrative. This is matched with a combat system that innovates through an almost Soulsborne style of perfection. Precision overtakes button mashing as an older, wiser Kratos is more deliberate in his strikes, using godly powers amidst these massive set pieces, all while anchoring this violent mayhem to his son. There are, unfortunately, some moments of dissonance, though. Early on especially, I find myself ignoring the impassioned pleas of my son while he needed help hunting because there were collectibles the other way. The RPG, really old school video game systems are so robust that it can actually take away from this interwoven narrative. I often felt like I had to choose between experiencing God of War as a video game or as a narrative experience. Both are done so exceptionally well, but meshing them together, especially early on, doesn't always succeed. This is again because Santa Monica has created a nearly perfect narrative and a nearly perfect RPG system. When these two stars do align though, when everything hits on all cylinders and works perfectly, it becomes the most satisfying and emotionally affecting experience I've ever had in video games. This game elevates the medium. This will be a game we look at 10 years from now. I can't even think of a human being that shouldn't experience this game, that wouldn't get something out of it. Simply put, this is a journey you won't forget.